Last night I was killing wardens on Zcraft, and I was showing off how quickly I can fire rockets from a quick charge crossbow. And that made me think, could we turn this mechanic into a minigame? Now we don't want wardens for this, I think we simply want a target. So imagine something like this. We could use normal flight rockets. Let me just get rid of that one. So we can hit a target like this with a firework. And maybe we have like 15 lamps up here, and every time we hit a target, the next lamp lights. Then we have 4 targets in a row, 4 players can play at the same time, and then the goal is to hit the target a certain amount of times quicker than the other players. Now, I know one way that this would work is we could have 2 droppers facing each other. We could fill this with shovels, but the problem is we only have 9 slots then. So all it would take is 9 successful shots like this, and they would win the game. And I feel like that's probably too short. This is almost like a Mario Party length minigame, isn't it? You know, those 20-second little challenges. So one way that we could increase the amount of time here is we could have a randomizer between the target and the dropper. So every time you hit the target, there is a chance that the next lamp will light. And I was considering that, but honestly, I feel like this is going to be more of a skill-based game than a luck-based game. You know, I have a tendency to add luck-based mechanics into my minigames, but I think for this one, every time you get a shot that hits the target, you want to feel like you've succeeded. So I think I've figured out some mechanics here. It's quite a mess, but let's test this and see if it works. I couldn't do just one column, but essentially it goes up 1 stage each time. It's just every other stage has lamps on either side instead of in the middle. So you'll see here, that should light a lamp, and then as we keep shooting, there's 15 sections, but obviously there's 27 shots that we need to make, so you can see the lamps kind of light up slowly over time. I like that the fireworks go up the lamps. That's kind of a cool effect. And then we should see... Do we need just one more? And then something would happen to let the player know that they have won. Maybe we shoot a firework down that explodes in the colour of the team, something like that. But now we have the lamps fully lit up. I want to reset this, so what I can do is we'll have something activate something like this, which firstly turns off this torch, which will then drain out all of the 27 shovels. And then we've got these dropper chains that's powered by these observers here, so the droppers are on this side, and they will then fill this double chest, which goes back into the dropper that is connected to the target. Once the target is shot, that sends a signal to this dropper, so we need to fill this up for the next game. So if we activate this, we should be able to see that happen. I did try to get this torch to fully turn off. That was quite quick though, so that has fully drained. The lamps are all now fully turned off, and there should be 27 shovels in here. I think all we really need to do for this little part is actually just get some dust and connect that up here. So this will, yeah, this just fully turns off that torch, and that will speed up the process a little bit. But that in concept works. We will just hook something like this up to all 4 of the boards that we have. Now, just before I start building this in survival, I wanted to show you this change to the scoreboard. I noticed that when I was shooting this one, I couldn't actually see the top of the scores. So I think it's important for you to see the top of your score and to be able to see the top of the scores either side of you as well. So I decided to do this snaking pattern where each lamp will light up in sequence. So you can see here, it's just one lamp that lights each time. and I think that's better than this setup, and probably better than just if it went straight up. The rest of this is still exactly the same. The only other benefit here is this comparator now goes straight into the line, which means the score updates slightly faster. Other than that, it's the same as before. So here is the finished game. I've gathered 4 friends to give it a go, and let's see how this plays out. Now, the thing that impressed me so much about this is all 4 players managed to stay very close together. Now, when I tested this once, because I'd been practicing the mechanic so much, I was kind of a bit of an expert, but it was great to see 4 people all give it a go for the first time, and they all put in such a similar performance. Now, we did have a winner, and if you look here, you can see yellow is slightly in the lead here, and they do manage to hold on to that lead. So yellow is the winner, pink in second place, red is third, and blue is very shortly behind in fourth. And for those curious, I'm in spectator mode now, and we can just look in here at the redstone for one last time. This ended up nice and compact next to each other. There were no real issues at the point of building this in survival. The only thing I had to add in were lines that connected to all 4 lanes for the resetting mechanic, but it was all very simple stuff in the end. So here I am, frozen in time. But thank you very much for watching, and if you'd like to see more things like this, please do let me know. I know my channel is mostly known for its music content, but I really enjoy making minigames as well.